What are warm colors?
When working with color, there are different ways of grouping various colors. In this video, I'll be discussing the two basic color groups, warm and cool colors. Looking at a typical color wheel, we can divide the circle in half to better illustrate these two color groups. When we talk about warm colors, we are referring to those colors or hues that make us think of sunlight, fire, and heat. Colors like red, orange, and yellow. These colors can create a sense of heightened emotion, cheerfulness, and comfort. Red is the most emotionally intense color, often used to elevate people's passions, both negative and positive. And while yellow is a cheerful and optimistic color, it can also heighten emotions as well as sharpen one's focus. Warm colors tend to appear more active and jump into the foreground of a picture. In contrast, cool colors, like blues, greens, and purples, tend to recede into the distance. These cool colors might make you think of icebergs, winter skies, or a peaceful meadow. This color group creates a sense of calm, relaxation, and being refreshed, but can also produce feelings of loneliness and depression in some people. Blue is the coolest of the cool colors, and the emotional polar opposite of red, which is the warmest of the warm colors. Green is the easiest color on the eye and is considered to be a calming and refreshing color. So now that you better understand the difference between warm and cool colors, let me know what your favorite color group is in the comments below.
What's your favorite color group? Do you like warm colors better, which are yellows, oranges, and red? Or do you prefer blues and the cool color family, like blue, greens, and purples? If you like the warm colors better, give me a thumbs up. If you like the cool colors better, then tap your nose. Thumbs up for warm, or tap your nose if cool colors are your favorite. If you voted for warm colors, then today is a day you're going to love because we're working with your favorite color family set, the warm color family. We're going to be using yellows, reds, pinks, and oranges to create a background painting. This painting will be used later on for another project, but for today, we're going to use tissue paper to do a little painting. The first thing I'd like you to do is wet your paper. Taking a spray bottle at your table, cover the paper, not too wet, somewhere in the middle. You want it to be a little dry as well. Once you've wetted down that paper, you're going to stick the tissue paper on your paper. Using a paintbrush, flatten it out, and cover the middle portion of your paper. Now you want to fill the page with tissue paper. You don't have to get it to the very end of the paper, but you want to overlap the colors. Overlap means put one on top of the other, and see what happens when you overlap oranges with reds. What happens when you overlap yellow with orange? What happens when you overlap pink with red? What happens to those colors? Do they change? Do they blend? Do they stay the same? Does it create another color? So today I want you to do an investigation. Investigate what happens when you mix different colors that are warm together. How would you make a lighter orange on your paper? How would you make a darker red? Can you make a new color out of two colors coming together? If you're looking at this example, I notice the orange and the pink are bleeding into the yellow, and it's creating a middle value of orange and yellow together. Once you're done covering your paper, you'll need to let it dry before you see how the colors combined with one another. Once you've laid all your tissue paper down, you want to make sure there's a final layer of water on top of your spray bottle. Don't spray too much water, but just enough on the dry tissue paper. So if you have little spots of dry tissue paper, you can go over that with your paintbrush, or you can spray it with your bottle. When you are done with your painting, make sure it's not super wet and soggy and ripping apart. You want it to still have some firmness to the paper. Pick it up with 2 hands and carry it to the drying rack and place it on top. Make sure your name is on this paper. If your name is not on the paper before you start, it will be very hard to put it on after the fact. So name on your paper. Then make a guess, make a prediction. Start experimenting with the tissue paper, lay one on top of the other. After you make your prediction and investigate what happens, when the paper is dry, we will see if your predictions were right. Every outcome will be different, and it's going to be beautiful. Watching warm colors merge together to create a piece of paper that we'll use later for another project. Have fun!